Not my computer acting up again. Okay. Alright. Welcome all. So, as you can see by the title, I'm not really feeling all that great. I'm not really my happy usual. I'm not really my usual happy, calm, and relaxed self, as you can tell. Well, as also you can tell from the last stream that got deleted because it was copyrighted. Um, I just haven't been feeling all that great, and to me, I feel like I'm not putting my all into anything anymore. So I thought I would come on here and just share it with all of you. So this stream may contain some swear words, but judging by my tone, it may not, because I'm too upset to even swear. Just that the day's been going by and the day's been passing. I'm not really feeling happy anymore. And I really haven't been since for a few years now, so a few things. I'm kinda upset, but this one thing is just upsetting myself, you know? Like, I hate the fact that when I be on YouTube and I don't be posting as often like I used to, like I just be on YouTube and like I see either my friends or other gotcha tubers, like I feel like when I read some of their comments on the videos I be watching, even though I show my support for them, I often feel bad for my friends and other gotcha tubers sometimes, because I see some of them feel like, I see some of the comments, it's like they're trying to put pressure on the creator, you know? And like, I hate when I see other gotcha tubers feel pressured into doing something that they don't really feel comfortable with, or they don't really feel like it's right to do. And the people in the comments be like, this is some comments I be seeing. Like, you're a big gotcha tuber now, you have to deal with this. Or like, you're famous now, so this is going to be happening to you a lot. Or like, they try to disregard the creator's feelings and they just want to push their demands onto the creator because they feel like it's their right and the creator has no control over that. Or like, haters, for example, they try to shift the blame onto the creator if the fans come after them, or if the creator stops the fans and tells them not to send hate. They find a way to shift the blame, both arguments, onto the creator. And I feel like that's wrong. Because like, either you're trying to get something in demand on the creator, and if they don't do it, you either threaten to report them, send hate to them, or get their channel terminated, stuff like that. Like, all because the creator didn't meet your demands. Gotcha tubers are people too. We're not robots. We are also people with feelings. We are real people with feelings. You can't just... People need to understand this. You can't just demand something from someone and think that you're going to get it just because you demanding it from them. That doesn't mean they're going to listen. Not only is that rude, that's disgusting, not to mention very disrespectful. Like, how do you think the creator would feel? Like, If you were in their shoes, you would feel the same way that they're feeling. But because you're not a famous person or you're not a big person, you feel like you can just do what you want and say what you say out your mouth and thinking it has no effect on the creator when it does. Some words that you say will take a toll on someone's mindset, and it could really cause them to become unmotivated, to be more stressed out, to be more upset, make videos less and less until they eventually stop posting. Like, why don't people understand? Like, gotcha tubers are also people. But just because they're big and because they're higher than somebody else, you shouldn't try to lower their self-esteem or make their mental health worse just to make yours better. Just because you are not having the best life right now, you're trying to make someone else feel your pain. You don't do that. And even if you're not trying to make someone feel your pain, you're just trying to bully them into thinking that they're not really worth all that, or they're not meant to be, they're not human because they're a gotcha tuber. You can't demand something from somebody just because they only post it once and they haven't thought about reposting the same video content idea over and over again. That's not right. That's not okay. Everyone is worth something. But you can't make someone feel your pain just because you're upset in your life and you see someone else being happy and you want to tear them down because you're upset. That's not how the world is. That's not how it goes. If anything, you should try to make yourself feel better instead of making someone else feel upset. And not only does that happen to me sometimes, outside and inside of YouTube, I see it happen to many other people that I know. They just don't talk about it. They only talk about it when it's crashing down their mental health really badly to where they can't even be on YouTube at all. I haven't seen it happen to Rosemary, and we talk a lot together. Like, we talk about whether we're upset or when we're happy or stuff like that. But I don't know what goes on when I'm not talking to her. Right now, I know she's happy because she's in a relationship now and she announced it. So I showed her my support. I always show my friends my support. Whether they're upset, happy, or excited, I make sure that it's known that I'm always there to support them no matter what. And if they want space, then I give them their space. Like, humanity, I've lost faith in it. I've lost faith in it. Like, ever since I was little, I lost faith in humanity. I have. I've dealt with bullying ever since I was little. I have. Ever since I was a little girl, I had to deal with people judging me. I don't like being judged. In fact, I hate it. It makes me feel less of a person. I've been insulted many times in my life. Not to mention that one person that in my life that I lived next to for a few years, I liked him. We were near the same age and I had a crush on him. But like, ever since he transferred to my middle school, he got with the wrong crowd, and then like, it's like we were friends, but he kind of turned on me, like, he stopped hanging out with me, and what he did to me was really hurtful. Like, we used to play together like all the time, and we became close, like, and friends. And like, I thought too far ahead into the future because I thought we could actually be together one day, but I was wrong. I really was wrong. Not only has he shamed me, he has called me horrible names. He did threaten to kill me at one point. He did. Like, he started hanging out with the wrong crowd in my middle school, and then he wasn't as nice as he was to me when we first met. When I first moved to where he was living at. And then, like, my feelings for this person, like, they started fading. They started fading away. Because basically he played with my feelings. He played with my feelings. Because a group of his friends dared him to ask me out. And then after 2 whole weeks, I'm guessing he was dared to break up with me. Which kind of hurt my heart because I thought we were actually together. But I learned that it was all a lie after the 2 weeks was over, because I kept asking around the whole school, like, did any of you know about this? And a lot of people from his class, they all told me that they all knew about it, but none of them decided to tell me. The only person I trusted, she told me everything. She told me how the whole plan was supposed to go. Everything. And me and my friend, we looked out for each other. We always talked inside and outside of school whenever we got the chance to. Because me and her, we always trusted each other to tell each other everything. And then one day when I went to the bathroom, right? She was in there, so I asked her, like, did you know about this dare, such and such? And she told me, yeah, I knew about it because I was listening. I'm like, and she told me everything. She told me how it all supposed to went. But no, I don't think she found out about it till like afterwards, because she didn't know, because she thought that I knew about the whole thing, but I didn't know it was a dare. So like I asked her, like, did you know that this was happening? She told me yeah, but I'm glad she told me the truth, because I thought she didn't know about it, but like she didn't know about it till like after the fact. I'm like, oh. So no, I didn't get mad at her. I was I was happy because at least she told me the truth. But like I was heartbroken. But I feel like that's karma because I should have listened to my mom. She told me not to trust him, but I disregarded it, and I felt bad for disregarding my mom's words. Because then it backfired on me and my heart, and like I felt shattered. And then after those 2 weeks, he started, this boy I had a crush on, he started going out with somebody else inside the school. And you know the thing, they did it right in front of me. They're literally holding hands with each other, smiling at each other, all that right in front of me. Keep in mind, all this happened while I was between the years 13 and 14 years old, but mostly 13. This all happened while I was 13 years old. I mean, my mind didn't know better. I wasn't really that smart back then, but I'm smart now. But like I know I gotta watch out for certain signs. But yeah. And the worst part was, even after he still hurted my heart, he still hurt my heart. I still had like a little bit of feelings for him, like a little bit afterwards. But I had to keep telling myself, no, he's not good enough for you. Like, remember what he did. And then, like, the next year, which was my last year in middle school, um, I was outside with my little sister. And then this girl, who was my neighbor at the time, She was younger than me, and she had a crush on the same boy who broke my heart. And then she kept telling me that he's gonna she kept saying he's gonna love me, he's not gonna love you. I like him, he likes me, and all that bullshit. I'm like, okay, I don't care. You can have him. I don't like him. Keep in mind, the girl was 12. I was 14. The boy was turning 14. I was just older than him by a few months. Well, a year, but like, to me, it was a few months. But then, like, after a while, my sister, she caught a little bit of the conversation on her DSI at the time. Because he threatened to break my neck. And I'm like, as if you could. But at the same time, that is something he would be capable of, considering how hard he hits. Because then, like, later on that same day, we kind of fought each other. Not really fight, but, like, it was kind of like a fight. Like, I slapped him across the face, and then he hit me. I slapped him again in the same spot across his face, and then he smacked me again. And then, like, later on when me and my sister went into the house for the day, I told my dad. I told my dad everything. I told him that I slapped him because he threatened me. My dad told me, like, not to slap anyone, but, like, at the same time, he kind of deserved it because he was making threats at me. I don't allow anyone to, like, threaten me and then think they're going to get away with it, no. So I slapped him because he deserved it. He was a jerk. But that's the middle school story I had to tell y'all. It still haunts me to this day because it still hurts my heart every time I think about it. Because I'm like, how can someone that I trusted to be a friend of mine turn on me like that? And this was the same person who was my friend, but I quickly grew a crush for. And then I just felt nothing but deceived. And then my same friend who I talked to and everything, I was upset to learn that she took her own life in late February, 11th grade. She never got to graduate with the rest of us. I was so upset to learn that after a whole weekend went by and I came back to school Monday, I was instructed to go downstairs by one of the staff members. I found my whole 7th grade classes. I found the whole 7th grade downstairs. I mean 8th grade. I found the whole 8th grade downstairs. Everyone was crying and I'm like, why are you all upset? I was so confused because I didn't know what happened, and then I realized my friend wasn't here, but I thought she was just homesick. So I had asked my teacher, my homeroom teacher, I'm like, why is everybody crying? I'm confused. And then she told me, and then she asked me, wait, you don't know what happened? I'm like, no, did something bad happen? So she took me into a back room away from everybody, and then she told me what happened. She told me that my friend had took her own life over the weekend. I was shocked to learn about this. This was the same friend who um this was the same friend who basically we helped each other in situations even though there were times we couldn't talk much, and every time we couldn't talk during school, we talked outside of school, we text each other. But this was the same friend who I always looked to for guidance at times when I couldn't think of something. I was upset to learn that she had taken her own life on a Saturday. Her family was devastated, and her boyfriend at the time was devastated. I'm like, I looked at her like, really? And I'm like, when did this happen? And she told me over the weekend. I'm like, oh. Uh, I asked my teacher, like, do you know why she did it? And then she told me no one knows why she did it. The last time everybody at school saw her was that Friday before the weekend. And then that Friday, she was happy. She was fine. But then the next day, she was just gone. I'm like, are you serious? So yeah, I lost a friend who I loved dearly. So I remember to every February, I believe 27th. I forgot which day it was, but I just remember like every February I just have to remember her, because if I don't, because then I'm gonna forget about her. I never found out the reason why she took her life that day, but I don't know if anybody has, but if they did, I don't think they told anyone. If anything, I believe her family knows why, but at the same time, I'm not sure if they do. Like, I don't know what happened. All I know is that to this day now, I'm 19, and when I was 14, which was 5 years ago, I lost a friend who was near and dear to me. To this day, I still wish that never happened. I wish I had texted her to see if she was alright, and I didn't. And I felt like I should have. Maybe I could have found a way to, like, stop her from doing it, but I didn't think about it. I was just so upset because that was the last time I saw her. I will never forget my friend. I will forever miss her. God bless the dead. I miss her every day. I really do. I just wish she hadn't. I just wish she hadn't taken her life away the way she did. And then for the whole school day, we didn't do any work. We just spent the whole day mostly in silence to remember her. And there was no classes for the whole day because everyone was just shaken up about the news and what happened. So we just spent the whole day just talking amongst ourselves, trying to come up with reasons of why this actually happened. But nobody really knew why. Not even her closest friends. I'm not sure if I was a close friend, since I she didn't really talk to me that much in school, but when we did talk, we talked for like a few minutes before we had to go back to class because our school was strict. They still are, since my sister goes there. But like, yeah, I still miss her. And I still wish I got to talk to her one last time so that maybe she could have told me what was going on and I could have tried to help her. But I didn't want to get into her business because I don't like being a nosy person. I don't like minding business that isn't my own. I try to stay to myself and just I try to let people solve their own problems. But if it's my friend who I talk to, then I should have tried to I should have said something at least one last time if that was going to be the last time I saw her. It's okay. Like, this is just feelings I've been having deep down from my past that I never really shared with anyone because I don't like people knowing my pain, because then they're going to think that, if I fear that people are going to think that I'm dramatic or something, or I'm just trying to make them feel bad for me and stuff like that. But no, all this happened for real in my life, because if it didn't, I wouldn't be sounding like this. I'm still here. I'm still here. But like, there are just some things in my past that I'm not really proud of. Some things I did that I wish I never did. And some things I wish I could have done to prevent certain things from happening. And I've been told countless times it's not good for me to keep these feelings in, but sometimes I do it because I have no one to talk to. Because no one understands me. Like some people don't understand how I feel. And when I try to explain it, it's kind of hard, because then I start breaking down fast. And then it's hard to like stop the pain and the tears from happening. And a few things that's going to be happening. There's also Facebook and Reddit. You know how people only posting Gacha FNAF cringe on there. I'm still seeing, I don't be on Reddit, but I still see posts on there about my content and about people's assumptions of me. People saying that I'm an old woman who ships these kind of things and I need to get help. I need to get mental help because of the ships I'm doing. So, because of my ships, I need to get mental help. And because I throw my age around in multiple streams and videos, I get called old. Well, I'm sorry that when I was 16, that's when I first started doing gacha, which was 3 years ago. I was 16 years old. So I'm 19. I'm considered old because I'm an adult. No. I was 16 years old when I first started doing gacha. Yes, I was a minor when I started doing gacha. So because I grew up. I'm an adult now. I'm 19. I'm considered old because I'm no longer a minor. Well, I'm sorry that growing up's a thing. Everyone's gonna grow up. Even people talking shit on Reddit is gonna grow up. Hell, they're still gonna continue to talk shit because they don't like what I do. Like, it don't matter. Just because you don't like my content, that like doesn't mean you have to you don't have to attack me, the creator, just because you don't like it. My channel is not a thing to express. My channel is not a place for you to spread your hate and have my own fans turn on me because you don't like what I do. I'm sorry if I ruined FNAF for you, but if I keep telling you over and over in warnings on videos, if I keep telling you in warnings that I don't do canon content, what do you think that means? I'm not sticking to the FNAF lore. I don't know much about the lore. All the information that I know comes from games. From the games. I don't play the games because I have a weak heart and jump scares tend to hurt me sometimes. They always do. I haven't read any of the books because I haven't got a chance to buy the books. So I couldn't read them. So whatever information that comes from books I see people share online and I just tend to read it. I'm sorry that my content isn't canon. I'm sorry that I do ships that I enjoy, that I love, and that are actually original more than the other FNAF channels. And I'm sorry I don't do canon content. I'm not like Shadow Glitch. I'm not like Rosemary. I'm not like Average Sketch Girl. I'm not like Milky Way. I'm not like any other FNAF gotcha tuber. When I do FNAF content, it's based on what I want to do. I like having creativity at my disposal. I like to come up with different video ideas that I think are going to be fun and I think viewers are going to like. So, I'm sorry that you don't like the ships I do. I've mentioned countless times that ships are just for fun and entertainment. I know that they're never going to be canon. I understand that. Yes, AUs are not an excuse to ships inappropriate things. But AUs still exist for a reason. AUs are meant to be creative and for fun and for entertainment. Alternative universe. AUs do not equal canon. Fanon is a bit different. It's similar to canon, but it's what fans mostly want in canon reality. But when you have an AU, you have a chance to make it your own personal world. Make it your own personal creativity palette, basically. So that's why when multiple creators have an AU, they can express their creativity through fandoms that they love. But if you try to gatekeep that community from somebody because they're different from others, like Scott Cawthon created FNAF. He created that scary game. Everybody knows that ships aren't canon in the game. Everybody understands that. But what people who are so deep into canon lore, they need to understand that there's going to be a divided line between the ones who like the ships and the ones who don't care for ships and don't want them in the canon. It's going to be divided. So in my AU, Freddy X William is canon for me because of the way I have it set up. That's the way my channels run. They run based on how I want them to run. So whatever AU I have, that's how my channels are going to run unless I say otherwise. If you cannot respect that, then okay, that's on you. But you don't have to come at me and start tearing down my self-esteem and making me feel like I'm a bad person because of what I like to do. I only do ships for fun and entertainment. I already know they're never going to be canon. I respect that. I respect everybody who likes the canon lore. I respect everybody who likes canon FNAF. Just that if you're going to watch my content, you better realize that I'm not ever going to do canon stuff unless I feel like I can make it fun in my own way. That's just how it goes. What I do different ships all the time. I'm a multi-shipper. I don't ship just one ship all the time. But my main ship on my channel is Freddy X William because when I started my FNAF content, that's the first ship I started out with. But it wasn't just William by himself. It was Freddy and Springtrap. But I forgot at the time that Springtrap was also William, so I had to turn it into like both, you know. But on my channel, I have them both separated. I have them both separated. Yes, I know Springtrap and William are the same person. Yes, I've seen the whole FNAF 3 game explained. William died and became Springtrap. I know that. But on my channel, I have them both being separate so they can exist together as two different people. I was willing to make a compromise. I was going to have William's soul possess Springtrap, but he won't be trapped inside of Springtrap. Basically like the opposite with the other FNAF gotcha tuber, Mixie Lex, I believe. I forgot her name, but she hasn't posted in like 5 months. But for hers, she has Mrs. Afton possessing Ballora, but her troll, no, I'm sorry. She has Mrs. Afton possessing Ballora, but her soul is not trapped inside of Ballora. Because there's not really much evidence to give it. There's not much evidence in the games to make it seem like the wife is trapped inside of Ballora. Because within the games, we don't hear much about the wife of William Afton. We don't. The only clue that we have about William's love life with his quote unquote wife is the TV show with Vlad and Clara. They decided to split up because Vlad doesn't want to be a dad to the vampire baby that she was carrying. But some people believe that's the TV show is portraying how William and his wife probably would have been like with their firstborn, who could be Michael, but some people are not sure because we've been introduced to all three kids. Michael, Elizabeth, and the crying child, who has yet to be named. Yes, Tired Bean, her. Yes, her. I was talking about her. See, my channel is meant to be basically my own kingdom that I can run on my own. I don't do just FNAF content on it. I do Miraculous Ladybug, Undertale sometimes. I do Powerpuff content, MHA when I get a chance to, but mostly that's on the second channel. And I haven't really done any other fandoms, and I do my own original content with original OC sometimes, but that doesn't get much attention when I want it to, but it's okay. But I run my channel like it's my kingdom, and my subscribers are the subjects, who are also the viewers. I'm the queen of the kingdom, and I run it the way I feel like it's best for me. But I don't like it when people try to tell me what to do or what I should ship, because it's not their channel and I'm the one who's running it. Sure, the hate comments pile up and they tend to get to me to where I take a few days off because I don't like what's being said about me or how people portray me to be. But at the end of the day, that's what people say, that's what they think. Not everyone is going to like me. I eventually learned that back in 2020. I know everybody is not going to like what I post. They're not going to like what I ship. They're not going to like what I create. I'm not going to be able to satisfy everybody. And trying to make compromises will just hurt me at the end, because I'm doing these compromises just so I don't get hate. But I'm still doing stuff for the people who hate me, just so they won't hate on me. That's not a good thing. That's toxic. That's toxic behavior. And no creator should have to go through that. No creator should have to go through that. They should be able to do what they want to do on their own channel without being told what to do by anybody. And people who don't like the creator being happy with what they do, they can't accept that. So they will rather bully and harass the creator until they stop doing content that makes them happy and just stick to what the haters are telling them to do. But at the end of the day, nobody can control your content and what you do. If you want the hate to stop, it's not really going to stop, because as you get bigger and bigger, so will your hate train. But that's okay. Haters who watch the content are secretly fans, but they won't admit it. The best way to hurt your haters where it hurts is if you stay kind to them. You gotta stay kind to them. You keep showing your haters kindness, they'll eventually leave you alone. The best way to hurt them is with kindness. The best way to hurt your haters most is with kindness. Because if you hurt them with kindness, it's going to show them that they can't manipulate you, and they can't tell you what to do, and they can't try to control you. They can't control you if you don't let them. They can't manipulate you. They cannot manipulate you if you don't let them. They can't tell you what to do if you don't let them. You gotta maintain your control over your channel and your content. If you maintain your control, your haters will not have any control over you. If you don't let them get the last word, they will not control your every move. They won't control what you post. None of that. All that matters is that you are the creator. You do what you want to do. You do what you think is best for your viewers and for yourself. You do what is best for your mental health. Your channel is your kingdom and you run it with an iron fist. You don't let nobody take away that power from you. Your channel is your own personal safe haven outside the real world. It's like your escape. Your viewers will also be your knights. Your viewers will support you, help you, and protect you the best way that they can. They will not like seeing the creator being upset or their feelings hurt. They will try their best to help you feel better when you need it most. They will listen to every word that you have to say. They will understand how you're feeling. They will tell you to take breaks and come back when you're feeling much stronger. No one has power over your head unless you give it to them. If you give it to them, they have control. They have complete control over you. Do not give them that power. You have a strong hold on yourself and strong will. You can overcome that hate control that your haters try to put on you. The words that they say will hurt you. Yes, it will. But if you think about it, they can't really do much to you. All they have to say is words behind a screen. But this is what you have to realize. They'll never ever be able to say it to your face. Some people are too scared to do that, so they'd rather say it behind a screen than to your actual face. Even if they do say it to your face, it's not good. Don't flinch. Don't flinch at it. Don't flinch at it. Don't give them that control. You show them 1 inch that you're scared of them, they'll continue to do it more. And you don't let them. Don't let them. We will not let no hate control us. If it gets bad, we can start turning off the comments so that they'll have nothing else to say. Haters can't comment if your comments are turned off. That's basically the next step. Don't stand down. You stand up. Hold your head up high. Don't let nobody tell you what to do. At all. Your channel is for you and you only. Your channel is for you to create content that your viewers and fans will show support on and love. Show appreciation for. Respect your hard work. Respect you as the creator. They'll tell you what parts they love about the video, what part stood out to them the most, what part will be so relatable to them that they can compare it to them in real life and compare different scenes that happen to them in their time and compare it to what happens in the video. You are not a puppet at all. If any content creators are watching, don't let your haters make you a puppet that they can just control with their hand and strings. You are a king / queen / non-binary. Basically, however you identify yourself. Gender doesn't matter. You matter. You all matter, basically. Don't let nobody treat you horribly. You treat others the same way you want to be treated. You treat someone with respect. If they don't show you respect back, don't treat them with the same type of respect. If they can't treat you how you treat them, then we'll keep them out of your life. I feel as though content creators are not shown enough appreciation for what they do. The main thing you focus on is that your fans love you and they always will be there for you in the end. Your fans will do anything to hold up their support. They will support you no matter what happens. As long as you every now and then tell your fans what's going on, they'll understand. They will understand. This is why when I do my vent streams, I try my best to tell you all that how I'm feeling and all that. So it kind of hurts my heart when content creators be so disrespected in the comments, and it doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to be so disrespectful to a content creator just because you don't like what they're posting. If anything, if your comment isn't nice, keep it to yourself. Yes, YouTube is for public opinion, but if your opinion is not nice, then there's no point in you saying it, because a creator could easily delete it, block you, and obviously ignore it. Because we all got haters out there. It's not right. Being hateful and spiteful to someone you probably don't even know in real life, like, how does that make you feel? Like how could you tear down someone else's mental health just because you don't like what they're posting or what they're creating? I don't understand how someone else could do that to somebody and think it's okay. I don't understand. And to say that I need mental health because of ships. Shipping was always around before gacha was even a thing. Shipping was always around before gacha was a thing. Artists, real digital and hand-drawing artists, they started shipping FNAF characters before gacha even became a thing. Artists drew out characters in their own way possible before gacha was a thing. They started shipping characters together before gacha was even a thing. Before gacha FNAF was even created, artists were doing ships before gacha tubers even were. Like, gacha tubers, they've seen artists. They've seen the ships going around. Gacha tubers followed up on that because they love shipping. Most gacha tubers love shipping. Shipping was always a thing before gacha FNAF was formed. Before gacha tubers was formed. Before gacha itself was formed. Shipping was always around. So don't say that some FNAF gacha tubers need help, need mental help because of their ships. If anything, you should be telling the art community that as well, because shipping was around before gacha tubers was a thing. So if you tell all gacha tubers that ship things that seem unnatural in FNAF, tell that to artists who drew out the ships before gacha tubers was even formed. Because I don't think it's fair. When artists draw out the ships, it's fine. Nobody has nothing to say. The moment a gacha tuber does the same exact ship that an artist drew, it's a problem. The moment they make that into a video, it's a problem. But if an artist draws it multiple times, different poses, different dialogue, nobody has nothing to say. But the moment a gacha tuber does it, it's wrong, it's invalid, it should not even be a thing. Artists and gacha tubers are the same. They have similarities. They may not be the same thing, but they have similarities. One, both projects take a large amount of time to complete. An artist has to come up with the anatomy, the hair, the shading, the color, the dialogue. That takes about a good few hours to accomplish. While at the same time, when a GotchaTuber does a video on the ship, they have to make sure they got the character's name right. They have to make sure they got the design nearly close to what the character looks like. They have to take multiple screenshots. Once they have all their screenshots together, they got to find a good editing app to edit all the screenshots together. Make sure there's enough time space for people to read the dialogue between the characters. All that. So when an artist draws out a ship, and when a GotchaTuber makes a video about the ship, both people take nearly the same amount of time to get both projects done. An artist may say they took about 5 hours to draw the base of the ship. They took about a good 30 minutes to color it. They took about a good hour to shade it all in. A good hour to come up with dialogue. All that together, around 7-ish hours. A GotchaTuber, they take about a good hour to come up with designs for the characters. A good 2 hours to take screenshots. Of 5 minutes to find an editing app. Another hour to edit the whole video. Around about 5 to 6-ish hours. Both projects take around the same time. But if you're a GotchaTuber who doesn't post nearly as every day, but when you post your videos, they're near over 10, 20, nearly 30 minutes long. You can't call a GotchaTuber lazy if their videos they're not less than 10 minutes. Like, if a GotchaTuber has a video that's over 20 minutes, then they're an overachiever. They're a hard worker. They push past the main GotchaTuber limits. Because most GotchaTubers who post their videos, the main limit is around 3 to 5 minutes at most. The main limit is around 3 to 5 minutes. And when GotchaTubers post memes, they have to take time to find the audio. They have to take time to come up with the screenshots. Take time to draw and edit the picture for the screenshot. You have to take time to find a good app to make the meme. Like, being a GotchaTuber is not an easy job. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not. Whether that's you making short videos or long videos, fandom videos, original content. Whatever you decide to do, it takes a lot of dedication and hard work to continue doing that for a long amount of time. It does. So, for people out there who don't like gacha and to say that GotchaTubers, they're not human or their opinion is invalid because they're a GotchaTuber, what the heck is wrong with you? People who are GotchaTubers are real people. They may not show their faces online because most GotchaTubers are minors. Kids. Most GotchaTubers are minors. The internet nowadays, it's dangerous to show your face. It is. Because you got them people out there who would hurt or kidnap innocent kids. For no reason. They just want it for their own personal gain. That's why for their protection, GotchaTubers will only do a voice reveal. Not a face reveal, but a voice reveal. Because they want to keep themselves protected. Their families safe. They don't want to endanger themselves. So that's why most of the time when people in their comments ask for a face reveal, most of the time the GotchaTuber is like, no. And they have a reason for saying no. They don't want to reveal themselves, and most of the time when they do an age reveal, they don't want to share their age because age to them is a personal question. Asking them where they live is a personal question. Anyone who asks a GotchaTuber a personal question, they're never going to get an answer to it. Because then the GotchaTuber, the creators themselves are going to be like, what the heck do you need an answer to this for? Why do you want to know? Why is it your business? And then once the GotchaTuber answers back with that type of response, then the person is going to be like, oh, wow, you're so rude. All I did was ask a question and you're going to be like, rude to me. But no, this has you thinking, why do you want to know these things? Why is it your business? My age is not your business. Where I live is not your business. My face is not your business. Anything along the lines of that, it's not your business. It's not. Age should not even be a thing when it comes to about GotchaTubers. Because most GotchaTubers are between the ages of 13 and 17. That's what most GotchaTubers ages are. Between 13 and 17 years old. Some GotchaTubers are below the age of 13. Between 8 and 12. And there are some GotchaTubers who are above the age of 17. Like me. And Rosie Closey. And Squidly. I'm 19. Squidly is 20, I believe. And Rosie Closey is above the age of 20. She's like, what, 24, 23? And she is, I think she's the only GotchaTuber who's earned, I think, past 1 million subscribers. She does gacha as content. And she's an adult. A real adult. Technically, I'm still in my teens because I'm 19 years old. But I am an adult. Once I turn 18, I'm an adult. But this is my last year in my teen years. Because this year, I'll be 20. This year, I'll be 20 years old. So, yeah. Right now, I'm 19. I'm going to be 20 in October. So, I'll be a real adult in October. So, yeah. It's not good to judge GotchaTubers based on their ages. Because not all GotchaTubers are the same age. Some are, some aren't. Some are really little kids. Some are adults. So, based on somebody's content, you shouldn't judge based on their ages. This is why GotchaTubers don't like sharing their ages, because people judge based on age. People will judge you based on your age, and that's not okay. Some people judge you based on where you live. This is why content creators don't tell people where they live. People will judge you where you live. They'll judge you from how old you are, all that. But I say my age because I want people to know that I'm not a minor. I'm an adult. You don't have to share your age with me. I'm just saying my age so that people know how old I am, because I'm sick of people asking me. I'm not saying you have to tell me your age. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying you don't have to. I'm just saying that I'm 19 years old, and yes, I still do gacha. Because that's the main thing I do on my channel. Because until I mastered animation well, gacha is going to be the main thing I do for most of my channels. And once I master animation, I'm going to have to find a way to balance out both. I'm going to be doing gacha while at the same time doing animation. But right now I'm in college for animation, so I'm still learning how to do animation. So I'm taking college to prep myself for animation, so that way I can become better at it. Because when I was younger, I used to do animation when I was younger. Then this is before I started doing gacha. And then when I learned how to do gacha well, I kind of gave up on animation for a while. Because I wasn't good at it, but I kind of learned to master it. I did animation for about a good 2 years, and then I kind of dropped it when gacha became popular. But then I wanted to learn again, because animation somehow, it reached its way back to me and re-interested me. You don't know what college I go to. But yeah, I'm tired of GotchaTubers I'm kind of tired of us having pressure put on us by people who just demand things from us. To me, I feel like gacha creators shouldn't feel pressured to do something because someone demanded it from us. Nobody should feel peer pressured into doing something. that you don't want to do. If you don't want to do it and you feel like you're pressured, then don't do it. Peer pressure is not something that's good for you. It's not. It's not something that you should be used to. Don't give in to it, because it's going to do nothing but get you into trouble. Man, I have stomach pain and I hate it. Ow. Now, a few more things. I don't know how long. This stream has been an hour long. Yes, it has. So, another thing. If you know any FNAF GotchaTubers or you want to become one yourself, make sure that when you're first starting out your content, you let people know that if you've like read the books or you watch people play the games and you've unfolded the FNAF story a little bit that way, that you know what's canon and what isn't. That way, when you first start doing your FNAF content, you know what you're doing, and that so that people don't try to like yell at you in the comments for something that you don't know or that you didn't know. But at the same time, if they do yell at you, like, don't listen. Because there's people in the comments who tell you respectfully what you probably don't know about the FNAF games or such. But, like, if you know about it, just tell them that you quietly, like, you know about it. Alright, bye-bye. That, like, just make sure. But, if anything, if you want to do fandoms, maybe, like, just do a fandom that you know very well and that, like, just, like, if you're trying to become a GotchaTuber and you don't think original content will work for you, if it does, then that's great, because then, like, you'll be getting bigger based on your own original characters. And if you decide to do fandom content, make sure it's a fandom you really like and you know very well, like, much of. You know what the characters are about, you know the characters' names, all that. You know what the character personalities are. Like, stuff like that. Like, don't let nobody bully you, because it's not good. And bullying is wrong. Speak up against bullying. Like, stop it if you see it, and stop it if you, like, see it in comments and stuff. Like, let the person who's doing it, let them know that they're doing a bad thing and that they shouldn't continue to do it. Like, stick up for somebody. Don't let them feel peer pressured or bullied into something they don't want to do. Because that's the best thing you can do. Just, like, we gotta stop the hate and stop the bullying. Like, it's wrong. Cyberbullying especially, because it's not cool. It's not a cool thing to do at all. Some people think it's cool because it's like a group of people that people don't really normally mess with. But, like, don't let nobody get bullied at all. Because I've been bullied for 6 years in my life. 6 whole years. The bullying stopped in my last year in middle school. That's when it really stopped. It happened on some occasions, but not as much as it did the 6 years prior. So, yeah. I've been a victim of bullying for 6 whole years, and I haven't really told anybody. Because I was afraid. it's not something that should be a part of life. People shouldn't be bullied over small stuff at all. They shouldn't be bullied based on their hair, their shoes, their clothes. They shouldn't be based on none of that. Which is why I can see why some schools have a uniform policy. Because they think that's one way to stop bullying. I mean, it kind of works. But at the same time, bullying can still happen even when people are wearing uniform. Because the uniform could get dirty. Or it hasn't been cleaned properly. People can notice stains. But it's not as bad. Don't let we shouldn't let negative energy be around us. Like, if you're around somebody who has nothing filled inside of them with but nothing but negative energy, that's like some people you shouldn't be friends with or shouldn't be around. Nobody should have to go through this at all. I do vent streams because this is the only way I can see myself releasing my feelings without really harming myself or anybody else around me. So that's why when I do most of my live streams, I be in my bedroom and I'm by myself, so that way nobody can see like what's happening like behind my fake smile, because basically all my life right now I've been doing nothing but wearing a fake smile. And because of something that happened to me when I was younger, I really haven't been the same person ever since. I try to stay strong, but I can't. Sometimes I can't. And I recently I got diagnosed with asthma since last year, along with my sister, my little sister. So me and my little sister, we both currently have pumps for asthma because we both been diagnosed with it. I got diagnosed with it last year because I had to go to the hospital because I was having a hard time breathing and I couldn't breathe. So my parents took me and my sister to the hospital because both of us couldn't breathe and we were struggling to breathe, which was bad for our health. And when we went to the hospital, we had to be put on pumps because we couldn't breathe right. And that's when the doctors told us we were diagnosed with asthma. And I'm more scared for my sister's health than my own because her asthma is worse than mine. And since we're all in a pandemic, I'm afraid for her to get sick because she already has asthma problems really badly, and I'm scared that if she gets sick, it'll worsen for her, and I don't want that to happen. If anything, if me and my sister were to get sick, and since we both have asthma, I would rather her to live. I would rather have her live than myself. I'd rather let my little sister live, and I would be the one to lose a life due to that, because I don't want her to lose her life due to her asthma and then this COVID business. I don't want that to happen to her. And my mom already had a COVID scare at her job. And then my dad, there's a bunch of people catching the virus at his job. So I get worried about when he comes home because I'm afraid he's caught it. But my family and I recently got the booster shot, so it doesn't really it's not really protecting it. Well, it protects us, but it doesn't stop us from getting it. But that way, if we do catch it, it won't be as bad, since we all got 3 shots in our arms. Yes, them shots hurt like a motherfucker, but damn, I'd rather be safe than to be sorry. I'd rather all of us be safe than sorry. I developed asthma like at a late age, but I kind of figured I developed it in 8th grade, because there are some times when I was in school, we had to walk up a ton of flight of steps, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. I had to sit down a few times. I was so mad. And this all happened while I was in school. So that way, when I was in school, I had to wait all day until I went home because I couldn't breathe correctly. And then when I told my parents, I had to take congestion medicine or drink tea. But only my mom thought it was asthma. My dad didn't really think it was asthma. It was just congestion. But congestion is a sign of asthma. It is. Especially when it gets bad. Now, if it gets bad, then that's when you gotta go to the hospital and know, like, it's asthma. And then, well, today, I kinda worried my little sister, because she saw I wasn't happy, but at the same time, I couldn't really tell her what was wrong. I was upset, but I couldn't really find the words as to tell her why I was upset. I figured it was because of a headache I had. I still have it, but it's not as bad. But at the same time, it wasn't really my head. I wasn't really sure what was wrong at all. So I couldn't really find the words to tell her what was wrong. And she had a worried look on her face. I don't like letting my little sister see that I'm upset, because then she gets worried. And then when she gets worried, she tells my parents. And then my parents get worried. I don't like that. I don't like that happening. So I try my best to figure out what exactly was wrong with me, so that way I can fix it, so that way I feel better. But at the same time, I don't like lying, saying that I'm okay when I'm really not okay. This is the same lie I've told for many, many years to lots of people. When they ask me what's wrong and I'm saying I'm fine, I'm okay, or it's okay, I'm alright, everybody knows that's a lie as soon as you say it. And if you say it with a smile, it's a definite lie. They know something's wrong. But they don't press you any further because they don't want you to get upset. But at the same time, when you tell somebody you're okay, that you're fine, you want them to ask you what's wrong, because you want them to feel concerned. You know that they're concerned, and you know you want to tell them, but at the same time, you can't tell them because you don't want them to worry about you. I feel like this every day of my life. I do. But at the same time, there's just some people you tell, and there's some people you can't tell, because you never know how they'll react to it. You'll never know who'll think you're dramatic, and you'll never know who'll try to help you. You'll never know. So that's why most of the time when you say you're okay, and the person can tell, if they can definitely tell right away that you're not okay, they'll be like, don't lie to me, I know something's wrong. Then you immediately tell that person. Because you know something's wrong, and they know something's wrong. You can't hide it from somebody who can tell something's wrong. And you'll know somebody's being fake to you if they just act like that you were never, like you were already fine and you were nothing was ever wrong with you in the first place. And they don't figure it out until it's too late and you're not okay no more. Amelie. It's okay. I know what you meant. So I didn't try to correct you. I know what you meant. So it's alright. We all have those days when we have grammar and typing errors because it happens to me every day. So I'm kind of sorry that this stream wasn't my normal exciting or editing streams, but I felt as though I had to let out my emotions and let you all know how I was feeling since I wasn't really feeling okay in my state of mind that I was in at the moment, but I had to let you all know about, excuse me, how exactly how I was doing, because over the past few days I've been posting regularly but not as much as usual, which is kind of not my thing, but I just wanted you all to know how I was feeling and basically the state of mind I was in. But I do apologize if this stream has made you upset or made you want to cry. That wasn't really my intentions for it, but this is just my way of somehow letting you all know what I was feeling deep down inside since I wasn't really feeling okay mentally. Thank you so much. I don't know when my regular streams will be back to normal, but hopefully soon, because I don't want to keep doing venting streams. Especially since the content I post doesn't reflect the venting, but most of the time it doesn't. But most of y'all know when I do venting streams, it's mostly when I don't feel mentally alright in the head. But when I do my normal streams, y'all know I'm my goofy, my stupid ass self because I'm goofy in every normal stream. We all know that. But yes, I tend to put warnings in titles that way y'all know which is which and y'all won't get confused thinking I'm trying to fool you, but I always apologize in advance, that way nobody gets upset with me for doing vents. But I do vents because it's my way of just letting out my feelings, since sometimes I have no one to talk to and I have no one to call when I want to talk and just let out how I feel. So I turn to y'all because y'all deserve to know how I'm feeling, and y'all deserve to know what's going on with me and if I'm going to be okay or not. Because, there are times I couldn't tell y'all exactly what was wrong. Step away from the knife. Alright. Well, this stream was not meant to be long, but somehow it turned into a long one. Sorry. But, I do have a video that is coming soon. I posted a spoiler in the community post. I wanted y'all to guess the title based on the picture. So far, only one person commented, but they were close with the title, but they didn't get it right. But I want you all to be prepared for that next video, because it is coming. I don't know when. Hopefully sometime over the next 2 days and not Monday, because I have schoolwork to do that day. I don't want it to be on Monday. Find some way to stop the bleeding, please. That's like me trying to change Freddy's hair for like the 5th time, Tired Bean. When you're never satisfied, hashtag change, hashtag never satisfied, hashtag need to change because never satisfied. Basically 3 hashtags created just for that. Duh. So. No, I'm good. I'm alright. And so for now. When my next video comes out, I hope you all find it enjoyable and amusing. And for those who don't like my content, then that's just on you. I'm sorry you don't like me or my content, but that's not my problem. If you choose to watch my videos, then that's mostly on you because you clicked on it. You should have known what was going to happen if you watch this channel. There's going to be multiple ships you probably don't like, ships you probably think are gross, blah, 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 blah. But, who cares? Anyway, ships will always be ships. Ships are fun when they're not the really bad ones. Alright. So, I'm about to sign off for the night. Thank you all for joining my event stream, and thank you for cheering me up and giving me support. I love you all. Also, thank you for 27,719 subscribers. My subs are going up. Yay. I can't translate this. Can someone tell me what this means? But yes, thank you for more subs. I deeply appreciate it. I may not get to 13, not 13. I may not get to 30K soon. I was kind of hoping to get to 30K last year, but that didn't happen. But I'm glad for the viewers and the subs I did get. That's the one thing I am proud of. I'm glad I was able to make my mark bigger, make, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just very grateful for the views and the subs I do get, because at least I know those are real fans who like my work, and those are real people who respect me for who I am and respect me for the work I do love. I do love doing. But thank you all for joining, and if I do live stream either tomorrow or Sunday, then you'll see it in the notifications. But thank you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Good night.